Sabah everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to check out a brand new laptop just announced by Huawei. This is the Huawei Matebook D16, the successor to the D15 from about a year or so ago that offers us a very well-rounded laptop for not so much money. This is TK and this is the Huawei Matebook D16. Let's check it out. Like and subscribe and make sure you hit that bell icon so that you're always notified to whenever we have new videos on the channel. What I really like about the D16 is the fact that it's not only just the successor of the D15, it's the fact that it embodies a 16-inch display in the body of a 15.6-inch laptop. We're looking at a couple of configurations, a couple of i5 configurations and an i7 configuration as far as the processor. We have an 8 to 16 gigabytes of internal, obviously RAM, and a 512 gigs of internal storage, and that's going to be standard across all models. As far as the graphics, we have Intel UHD or HD graphics, as well as the XE graphics that are built in, depending on the model that you pick up. And the rest of it is actually pretty much straightforward. We have a very nice backlit keyboard that we have in here, a large touchpad, and because it's actually intended to be a bigger on the inside, kind of like a TARDIS, we're also getting a numeric pad on the right side that gives us the ability of having a full keyboard as well as a numeric pad on the side. Now, the laptop that I have here is technically configured to be a UK style keyboard, so some of the keys are placed in a different position, but for the most part, after about a day or so, it's pretty much straightforward and easy to use. The configuration, the storage, the display obviously is very nice. It is an HD display and non-touch as opposed to the 16S that is going to be released at the same time. Now that model is going to be featuring obviously a 2K display and that will feature touch, but that's a different configuration. The D16, again, it's intended to be more of a well-rounded laptop that gives you essentially powerful experience, but not so much money. I've been using it for about the last week or so, and overall it looks really nice. I installed my suite of applications, Adobe, Steam, as well as the ability of actually installing applications from the app gallery. Now this is something new that Huawei announced not that long ago, and this is one of the first laptops to start featuring that. So that means we can actually install the app gallery, the actual app that runs on Huawei devices, on the laptop and start installing applications from it. So essentially running not necessarily Android, but like Android-based applications on our PC. And then for the most part, the library is actually pretty much restricted to a few countries in Europe, but overall, because my account was originally set up back there, I'm able to access them. So I installed TikTok from there. And we also have the ability of using Super Device, which is the other functionality that they introduced back at MWC. And that enables me to actually use my phone and share content between my phone and the laptop very easily. But the other thing that they also updated there was the ability of actually running multiple applications off the phone. So it's not just mirroring my P50 Pro, I'm actually able to run Instagram and Twitter simultaneously from my phone without having to actually launch or do different things or split screen. It works beautifully. And of course, I can still run native apps on the PC. Now, one of the biggest differences, of course, is the fact that we have a bottom-firing speaker on this, and as well as the fact that the camera is no longer in the keyboard like some of the other options from the Matebook series. It's actually present at the top, and we have an LED light. And of course, we're going to do a little bit of a sample of how does the camera work on a laptop like this, and what are some of the, I would say, magical tricks that they included in here as far as software to improve that experience. It is a 1080p camera after all. Let's go ahead and do a quick sample of the front-facing camera that we have here on the Matebook D16. It's a 1080p 30 frames per second resolution video, and I'm using it right now at the highest resolution. Now, one of the really cool things I like about this is that it actually has some software options installed by Huawei to enable us to have a little bit of a better experience, independent of the client software that you're using. So be it Zoom, WebEx, or whichever one you're using, you can actually customize certain things in here. Namely, you can actually change the background on the fly. I can just click a button and boom, I'm actually in a living room, in another living room, and now I'm actually in an office, which I think this one will be the one I want to keep. But you can also do like a background blur in case you want to do that, but I feel like this one would look the best. You can also include your own custom background. It works great and it does the job, and it works independent of where you are. I know with the background behind me, it's pretty much a solid background, but it works the same if I'm sitting somewhere else. One of the other things I really liked about it is the feature called auto-focusing or auto-centering. Now, auto-centering does exactly what it says. It centers on you directly using the camera with a digital zoom. Now, what it does essentially is obviously it's using a 1080p frame, but cropping into somewhat of a 720p resolution frame, depending on where you're sitting. The good thing about this is, even though we can't replace the background at the same time, we are able to basically use this in conjunction with a second tool. Like if you jump into Zoom, you have this auto-center and you turn on the background replacement in Zoom, then it works perfectly. But the Huawei software only allows you to do either defocusing or background replacement or auto-centering. But what I like about it is essentially if I move to the left here and I'll give it a second, the camera will actually try to pan to me. And if I move back to the back to where I was before, it'll center me again, and it works great, especially if you're standing slightly away from the camera. Now, That's not the most advanced trick that I've seen, because we've seen centering software and so on, all of that good stuff. We're also going to be talking about gaze adjustment. Now, gaze adjustment is pretty much what it sounds like. It adjusts to where your gaze or where you're looking at. Typically, when we have a video call on a PC or any system, we always look at the person that we're talking to, typically making it look like we're looking away. So if I'm looking at myself right now, to you, I don't look like I'm looking at you guys, and this is something different. Auto gaze does something where it enables us to actually have somewhat of like a digital representation of our eyes looking at the camera, although we're looking away. So the example would be this. I'm looking at the camera right now, and I'm going to look away and look at myself. The camera is going to try to adjust it, and the only way to catch it, so if you keep looking straight into my eyes, I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. You'll notice there's an ever so slight shift. And what it does essentially is it's almost like it takes a second picture frame or video running from the eyes and slightly tilts them up, making it look like we're talking directly to each other. It's a nice option. I like it. I like the fact that it's present in a specific and very simple way to do it directly within the Huawei software, and it will work with any software that you're using. So if I'm in Zoom or WebEx, they're going to get the feed the exact same way this web or the camera app that we have here built into Windows 11. My experience with this laptop overall is that it's a powerful laptop. To get the best benefit, you do need to have it plugged in. It is a 60 watt-hour battery, which is charged up with a 65 watt charger that is included in the box. And that gives you the ability of running in performance mode, which will give you the best experience overall when it comes down to basically just getting the best experience on this laptop. So horsepower-wise, i5 or i7, the storage is pretty much consistent between the two. And of course, the RAM configuration you'd be able to put into your liking. For best performance, my recommendation obviously is go with the i7 with the 16 gigs of RAM, but overall you should be able to get a pretty good experience. I would not consider this a production style laptop. This is more of a general use laptop, lightweight gaming. So some of the Steam library games will run perfectly fine. You're also able to download applications to it and get basically the entire experience very, very nice. I do want to say thank you very much for Huawei for allowing me to check out the D16, and of course to be able to share with you guys my experience after using it for about a week. Like and subscribe as usual. Thank you very much for the support. I'll see you in the next video.